I've just come back from a wedding and I've been trying out the Canon 550D, which I think is a brilliant camera. I'm just trying to find any weak points it's got, just so I can tell you about them. One thing I've had to convert to is a new compact flash card, an SD card. I'm used to using 5Ds, which are compact flash, quite big cards. These are small SD cards. I've been using, if I can line this up right, SANDISK. I always use SANDISK for everything really. Once you started using one product, you tend to stick to it, and they've never let me down, so they're brilliant. But this is just a normal standard. They're quite cheap, the normal blue ones. But I've recently bought the Extreme version. I don't know if the camera's focusing on that, I hope it is. But the Extreme version is a 20 megabits a second, that's a 4 gig card, so it's faster. So in other words, when you're doing a burst of say 4 or 5 shots, it gets the data straight over onto the disc, and apparently these are faster. I've always been a bit sceptical about that, but the Canon 550D has proved me very wrong, because you do need the good card with it, and I'll just show you why. I've got a 550D here, and I'll put the blue one in. It's just standard card. Just switch it on. I've got it set on manual. We're shooting RAW. This is nothing to do with JPEGs. This is RAW files. This is about an 18 megapixel camera, I think. So these are massive files really, and they're RAW files, and they're going to go from the camera to the buffer, and then try and get onto the card. So let's just give it a go with the blue one. There you go. So it's locked up. It's locked up. The orange light's on. You can't really take any more photos. It lets you do the odd one. It's still on. It's still trying to get it onto the card. And this is the problem I have found is I only shoot one image at a time, but I do bursts of 3s and 4s. So I might be doing not a portrait, but maybe a reportage shot. So I'll do it in bursts. There you go. The orange light has just gone off, so all that data has just got on. So we can do another burst now. And it won't let you do it. So you're missing shots, and I've found that is. I thought at first, oh no, the camera's not good. I'm not highly technical with cameras. Cameras are just for making images as far as I'm concerned. But I then went to Jessup's. Let me just put the screen back on so we can see what we're doing. I had a word with them. I went to Jacobs, got some good advice, and they said this card is the one to use, the black one, and it's a Type 6, and the Type 6 bit, still getting the hang of that, but that is more for video. And if you look in the instruction manual for the 550D, it actually tells you to use Type 6 cards, so I think it's wanting you to use these cards. So let's give that a go. Just get rid of the blue one. Same again, I haven't changed anything at all. Here we go. And it just lets you keep going, which is great. And you can do 3 bursts, and then you can do 4 bursts, and that's the way I shoot, so it's more than adequate for me. As you can see, it doesn't lock up. The orange light will be on, the data's still going on there, but it's gone. It only takes about 5 seconds and it clears. With the blue ones it was about 15 seconds, I think. So if you are shooting weddings, or any sort of reportage, or you're a newspaper photographer, you might think don't use the 550D, but they are so useful for everything. They're not just amateur photographer cameras. Combine that with these cards, and there are other makes, but I really do recommend this new card. So it's the SANDISK Extreme HD Video, it says on it, 20 megabits a second, 4 gig or 8 gig. I've actually got them on the site. If you just look down below in the description tag, if you're on YouTube, I'll do a direct link to the page so you can go and buy one from our shop, and they're very reasonable price at the moment. I actually bought mine not from my own shop because I wanted one the other day, and paid the same for a 4 gig card as you'll get an 8 gig card, so it's well worth having a quick look. If you're on the blog, I shall do a link straight to the shop from there as well. But 550D plus these cards, they're a very good combination. Okay, so thanks for that.